I think the collaboration has been very strong between the private sector and governments and state governments to ramp up testing and to think about over the last 5 weeks to be able to get 5 million tests done, but really on the cusp of dramatically ramping up testing across the U.S. I'm encouraged by what comes ahead. And of course, thanks for having me today.
So what is your capacity? How many tests can you do per day, and how quickly can you process them to get the results back?
Yeah, so our role is to support laboratories in running the tests. So we make the kits that are used, and we've been producing in excess of 5 million kits a week, which was what our original commitment was, and we're going to be doubling that in the coming weeks. And what we're doing is helping our customers ramp up their ability to run the test. We have thousands of our instruments across the United States, and just getting those ready to go. So as states want to increase their testing capacity, they have the supplies to do so.
Marc, are you confident the tests that you're helping complete, that you're involved with, are 100% accurate?
You know, our tests are considered the gold standard and have extremely accurate results. And as long as you take the collection correctly, which is you swab correctly, you're going to get a very accurate result using our tests, as among others as well.
Do you think that's the case across all of the tests that are being used out there? There are worrying, at least anecdotal evidence of false negatives that seem to be happening.
You know, it's what I know, having done this for 25 years, is that the large manufacturers that have done this a long time, when they put their brand on it, you get a very high quality result. And we've all gone through very stringent FDA approvals, and that's been something that gives me comfort that you're getting very good quality tests out there.
So, Marc, should we all be tested so that we can isolate asymptomatic cases and track them and quarantine them?
The way that I think about testing is each state's coming up with the right level of testing capacity and guidelines beyond those that are symptomatic, right? There's a set of criteria today about when you should get tested. And as we get to the reopening of the economy, I think there'll be more testing done. And at what frequency will be determined by employers, determined by the states. And what we're trying to do is help that happen. I think what we're doing in Ohio is very interesting, right? We have a collaboration with Governor DeWine, and they're using our technology to ramp up to be able to do, about 1 million tests in Ohio in the next couple of months, right? So that really going from a standing start, a month ago to be able to do, over 140,000 tests per week gives you a sense of the goals of one state in terms of what they're doing. So I think it's an interesting model.
Is it necessary, Marc, and is it realistic for every single person in the United States to be tested? Will that be needed before we can be fully comfortable, or is that unnecessary and optimistic anyway?
I think from the volume of tests you're talking about, I think that is unrealistic in terms of over 300 million tests being done. I think you're looking more at a sampling methodology, tracking those positives and doing the isolation in those cases, and complementing testing with social distancing, personal protective equipment, things that as we go back to work in the workplace, you can do things to reduce the chance of spread of the infection. So I think it's a complement to some other measures to help accelerate the restart of the economy.
Marc, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome.